Welcome to the Forward Podcast. The purpose of this podcast is change the negative stigma around failure into a positive. Failure is only a negative if we do not learn from it and we give up. Welcome back to the Forward Podcast. My vision is to help people overcome the fear of failure so they can live their goals and dreams. Today, I'm going to be talking about we are where we are because of the decisions we've made in our lives. So you are where you are today because of decisions, the decisions, I'll get my words out, the decisions that you've made in your life, just like I am where I am because of the decisions I've made in my life. And what I mean by this is that when you start to realize that everything that you've done and the decisions that you make are the reason why you are where you are, you can start actually then changing the course of your life. It's the difference between like a growth and fixed mindset. If you've got a growth mindset, then you know that you can learn more about a specific subject. And if you learn more about a specific subject, then you're going to become better at that. And then you can focus on that to make you be good at something, get a job, a hobby, become really good at something. If you've got a fixed mindset, then you're very much like, this is the cards that life is throwing me. There's nothing I can do about it. Everything's everyone else's fault. And, that's quite a difficult position to then pull yourself from where you are to the place that you want to be. Because most people have an idea of where they want to be. They just don't know how to get there. And I think the key to being able to get to where you want to get to is by actually saying to myself, I am where I am today because of the decisions that I have made through my life. And that can actually feel really shit to start off with, because when you start looking at it and going, okay, well, I don't have what I want. I don't have the money or the success or the things that I want in my life. Then at the time, that can feel quite difficult. And I've certainly gone through this process with myself of not being where I want to be. The business failure that I talk about on this podcast openly is meant that I don't feel like I am exactly where I want to be at this stage in my life. I'm 39 years old. I'm 40 in 12 months' time. I've set some pretty big goals to get to that point. But once you get over the fact that you aren't necessarily where you want to be, but you are the master, without sounding too cliche, the master of your own destiny, then you can start making the right decisions to get you to where you want to get to. And it can feel rubbish to think, well, actually, if I don't have what I want, I'm sat here going, how do I get it? Well, the first step, and it's the most liberating thing that's really come to me in the previous years, since I've been in this world of self-development, since I've come out of the failure, since I've been learning about myself, actually taking action and making decisions, and whether you define yourself with how much you've got in your bank account, or how you define your success with the amount of time you spend with your family, whatever it is, your version of success, if you're not there, if you know that it's down to you and only you to make the decisions. Now, I know some people might be watching this and think, well, the guy that crashed into me last week, that wasn't my fault. No, there are some extremities to this that, there is stuff that's out of your hands, but really and truly, you can't do anything about the where you are now until you take full responsibility and accountability for where you are. And once you do that, you can then start looking at what you need to do. So it might feel a bit rubbish to start off with, but once you realize that that's the decisions you're making will get you to where you want to get to, then you can start working on what are the correct decisions that I need to make? What are the bad decisions have I made in the past? And what are the good decisions? Like for me, my success is defined by the amount of time that I spend with my family. And last year, I managed to spend a couple of months over summer taking time off of my family. So last year, to me, was a very successful year. The beginning of this year, I've set some big goals by the time I'm 40, and I've not spent as much time with my family. So for the rest of the year, I know that if I want to have a successful year, the decisions I need to make around committing myself to the different businesses and the different revenue streams that we've created, I need to make the right decisions. So then I can get to the end of the year and go, right, I've spent the time that I want to with my family this year. That's another successful year. So it's the most profound thing that I believe that I wanted to share with you guys on this episode, that if you start looking at yourself, and if you're not happy with where you are right now, then you can change that. And I'm telling you now, you can change that but you've got to look at yourself and not blame other people for being where you are. You've got to look within before you look without and start going, okay, what do I need to do to get to where I want to get to? And that is a process that you're going to have to go under. In the next episode, I'm going to be giving you 5 ways to get over failure quickly. And I believe that you can define failure in different ways, and failure to not be where you are in life. I'm not talking necessarily about a failure of having a big business failure. It could just be that you're not feeling like you are where you are. So the next episode, I've got 5 quick fire tips that will help you get over where you are now to get to where you want to get to. So that's a very quick episode for me today, but just remember, you can change your life. You can put the steps in front of you to make those changes, make the right decisions, but look back, look within, and then look forward and fail forward. So next time, I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on how to recover from failure quickly. So look forward to seeing you next time. If you've liked what you've heard today, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast on the platform that you're listening. Thanks all. Take care.